This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce from the Views Express. Come join me Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Spreaker.com.
Pit Stop Radio.
Are you crazy about Formula One and dying to get your F1 opinions heard? If the answer is yes, then join me, Sarah, and a host of other dedicated F1 fans on Pit Stop Radio. Enjoy live debates, latest news updates and discussions. We will also be previewing and reviewing all the Grand Prix. So tune in and have your say on Pit Stop Radio, the dedicated Formula One show. You don't want to miss it.
The hottest F1 station, Pit Stop Radio on Spreaker.com.
The United States government is seeking to end our great Constitution. This will endanger all the American people, and we will not stand by and watch while this tyrannical government prepares to rip away all the freedoms that our forefathers granted us. The freedoms that we fought for, bled for, and died for.
Americans are under attack by their own government. We must band together. We must tell our government that we, the people, will not stand by and watch our liberties be taken away. Let the resistance begin.
Hello and welcome everyone to The Resistance. I am Nick Larson. Welcome everyone. Yes, it's been a while since we've been broadcasting. We took I should say I took a bit of a break. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Took off just because of finals week. But school is done. It's over with. I am a graduate. Thank freaking God. That's done and over with. So now I get to go out in the real world and show y'all what what I'm made of. Looking in the chat room, it looks like we got Dino already in the chat room. Welcome to the show there, Dino. He says, great promo, that second guy. Yeah, Dino. That was actually an intro. It's not a promo, it's an intro. So anyways, a lot, and I do mean a lot, has happened since we last broadcasted. Oh my God. You know, I've said it before about this administration, especially right after Sandy Hook, because when Sandy Hook happened, I mean, instantly when it happened, I thought, okay, false flag. This has got to be a false flag for something. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be a false flag. And sure enough, it ended up being a false flag. But at least you got to give credit to Bush, George W., because at least when he had a false flag, he covered it up pretty damn good. Obama, on the other hand, apparently missed that day in class. I mean, we got cover-ups just coming out of the woodworks left and right. I mean, we got Benghazi, we got the IRS targeting conservatives or Tea Party people. We got the Department of Justice wiretapping the Associated Press. I mean, what the heck is... I mean, I know I hate the Obama administration, and yeah, nothing would please me more to see all of them go away, preferably behind bars, but, yeah, well, I doubt that's going to happen. So, but, I mean, my God, these people do not know how to do a cover-up or something. I don't know what, but, I mean, even the mainstream media, or as people will call it, the lamestream media, are even firing back at the government. Even networks like CNN and MSNBC that are, you know, usually very, very liberal when it comes to their broadcasting or, you know, what they cover, they're even attacking the White House and the president. And I even heard impeachment come out of one of the reporters' mouths, and which was just shocking. And it was almost like if you saw the interview, and it was a panel of four, and it was a guy that was actually speaking up, and he says, "Do I dare say the I word?" It's like, what, impeachment is now a bad word? Well, I guess if you're a Democrat, it is. But Republican or Democrat, if you tell the truth, or at least have some integrity and tell the truth, the people, odds are the American people would not be so big on this. And even a recent poll. And usually I don't like polls because I don't really think they're that accurate. But, I believe it was a poll done by USA Today that even that most Americans believe that the president and his administration are covering up Benghazi. And that's what this tonight's show is all about. All the cover-ups, we're going to go through them, or at least what I found of them and stuff. And of course, we'll open up the phone lines and get your input as well. And hey, I might miss something. You never know. It's been a while. So okay, let's. First off, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the whole. Show, I want to give a special shout out to my friends over at protectamericanrights.com. They are actually simulcasting this show as we speak right now on their website. So a big thank you to you guys over there. Go check them out. They're also on Facebook. Protect American Rights is their name. Protectamericanrights.com is their website. And not just for some show news, I am looking for a co-host. So any interested parties, email me at theresistance@usa.com. You could Facebook me on the Resistance page. That's Facebook/Resistance USA. And just let me know. And basically, I'm not really asking for a whole lot on requirements here for a co-host, other than they have to have a Skype. You have to have a Skype connection and a microphone. I don't care if it's a headset or I can't. You've heard people call in on the show, and which is fine. People calling in on the phone is fine if they're just callers, but if you have a co-host that's constantly on the phone, it kind of makes for bad audio. I mean, if you look at it from a production standpoint. So, anyways, now if you want to get in on the action while we go through all this, the Skype lines and phone lines are open. If you want to give us a call, the number to call is area code 507, and the number is 216-7672. Again, the number is 507-216-7672. Skype ID is the.resistance1775. Again, it's the period, resistance 1775. Go ahead and give us a call whenever you want if you want to chime in on any of this. So here we go, folks. We're going into cover-ups. Hope you brought your waiters, because this is like waist deep in it. Okay, first, let's talk about Benghazi. All of us know about the attack on the embassy or the consulate in Benghazi in Libya, the attack which killed Ambassador Stevens and 3 other. I believe they were Navy SEALs, retired Navy SEALs, but 3 other Americans. And, I'm sure everyone's heard Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, testify before the Judicial Oversight Committee and saying, what does it matter? What does it matter? Well, it does matter, Hillary. We need to get to the bottom of this so this doesn't happen again. Or we need to make sure that idiots like you and Obama and Holder and all the other people in the Obama administration never get into office ever again. I mean, some people are saying all these cover-ups, I mean, it's just like Watergate, or it's like the Iran-Contra, or something like that. No, folks, this is worse than both of them combined. At least with Richard Nixon, he actually had the integrity to resign. Barack Obama, not so much. But okay, let's go into Benghazi here. Now, just I'm just looking at my notes, what I jotted down real quick before the show. Now, days before the attack, Ambassador Stevens had actually contacted the State Department, Hillary Clinton, and asked for more supplies and more troops, desperately asking, hey, we need supplies. The consulate in Benghazi was, at the very best, substandard, and did not have fortified walls, did not have defenses, or sentry posts that that a normal consulate or embassy of the United States should. So, being that it was so substandard, you gotta wonder, okay, well, why was Ambassador Stevens and four Americans and others too, there at Benghazi? Well, the answer is simple. The only way that Ambassador Stevens could have took control of the Benghazi consulate is if they got a waiver from the State Department. If they got a waiver from then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Only she could give the waiver and sign off and say, yeah, go ahead, go there. But, and even though they were there, once they were there, I mean, I'm sure they were just shocked and in awe just of how it was. And they basically, I mean, they're pleading for help. And what does the State Department do? Instead of sending them more help, they cut it. They cut their budget. They cut their funding. And this is in a country that just overthrew its government, that, killed Colonel Omar Gaddafi in Libya, which, the United States helped with airstrikes and stuff. So, let's continue. Now, during the attack, we're at the attack. Ambassador Stevens did call for help several times, and we find this out from one of the whistleblowers there, Mr. Hicks, who was, at the time was second in command in Benghazi, and he even had conversations with Ambassador Stevens before he died, and he kept asking for help and, asking for, to send in the troops, send in an evac team. Navy SEALs and Special Forces were ready. I mean, they volunteered. They were ready to go. But they were ordered to stand down. Just let that sink in for a little bit. And I'm sure most of you that, you've heard this before already. I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure. But Navy SEALs and Special Forces were ready to go. The planes were fueled. They were ready. They were ready to go. And they were ready to drop into the hot zone. Voluntarily, mind you. And they were ordered to stand down. And even after they were ordered to stand down, they still tried to get on that plane and get to Benghazi. And they were stopped yet again by the president or the State Department. Now, I say either the president or the State Department because really, honestly, they're two of the same people. The president of the United States of America is not only the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he's also the chief diplomat